Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, B Fam Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, thank you for giving me your time. This is my first video. I hope it go right. We're going to figure it all out. But today I'm here with
Giovanni.
and tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, a little background story that you want people to know.
Yeah. So I'm originally from Houston. I moved to LA like my 8th grade year. Filmed a TV show out here. Been stuck out here ever since, but I wouldn't change a thing. It's been pretty
Tight
good.
shit.
Yeah.
What's your major and stuff?
So currently I'm in Ivy and Young Academy. Our major is like fashion design, music, business, every creative field you can get into.
Which route you see yourself going?
I'm an artist at heart, creative at heart like yourself. So
Just anything that got to do with.
Really, like music and acting is like my primary focus. Music being number one if I had to rank it. But I mean, yeah, wherever it takes me, like musically, I want to be the biggest artist in the world, and then go into like fashion design and maybe even interior design, but like just creative shit that lasts.
Yeah, interior design. Yeah. It's been one of the things that I look at, and I'll probably end up getting into as I get older, like when I buy my first apartment and shit, or first house and shit. Just,
that should be fine.
Fuck around with that. That's something I've always been into. But what role has art played in your life, you feel like? And when do you feel like you really found out you was an artist?
Man, bro, like artists play like the biggest role in my life. And it's crazy because like growing up, I played sports and shit like OD, like basketball, football, really everything. My parents just threw me in everything. And like once I found music like, I got to give you the backstory on how I found music first so you understand. So like 6th, 7th grade, my friend had posted like on Snapchat, like a link to listen to his music. I'm like, damn, he making music now? What's up? Like, damn, that's crazy. So I listened to it. It was just like some GarageBand stuff, but like, just like that caught my attention. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I like tapped in with him. I'm like, he was my neighbor too. I tapped him like, bro, you gotta put me on. Like, show me how to make it. So he came over, brought the Apple headphones, like taught me how to record on phone. Once I learned that, bro, I was like, this is a whole new world. Like before that, it was just strictly sports.
Yeah.
But once I found music, it was like, whenever it was a bad game or a good game, like whatever it was, I could just go rap. Like just how I was feeling. Like if it was a bad day at school or like just whatever was going on in life, I could go rap and just like create music, like whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So the older I got, I like started connecting with music more on the creative side and like just intertwining it with basketball, intertwining it with like fashion. Like I feel like you said like, what does art mean to you? I feel like art is everything.
Yeah.
It's like a life form.
Yeah.
It's how you live. Yeah.
To me, exactly what you said. Art is movement. So just being able to do anything and everything, just bringing shit from your brain into the world has always been a big part of my life. I remember my step-grandparents, like my stepmom parents, they like big art collectors in Detroit. And I was like 4 or 5. They had me working their art parties because their entire house, I wish I could pull like a picture up, but their entire house is like from head to toe just straight art pieces. And just imagine walking around and seeing that as a kid and just not truly understanding what's going on, but feeling what's going on. So I'm just walking around, becoming mesmerized with all the stuff. And in preschool, I would paint. As a kid, I would draw. And I went some years without like doing it, like really paying attention to it. But some was like, Austin, get back into it. So in high school, I took an art class instead of like taking government or some shit like that. Because I didn't want to take government class. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go do art. And I would just start painting. And one thing that art really taught me was you don't got to be good at everything, but you got to at least know how to do a little bit of something everything. Just to be able to improvise when your shit not going wrong, but when it can be better. So it's important to know how to draw 3D figures if you used to just painting. You know what I'm saying? Because now you can throw a 3D figure in there and you done turned your painting from simple to fucking amazing. And you don't have to be like everybody else when you do art.
Not at all.
You can
That's
be
what
yourself.
Make it art.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And a lot of people think it got to be the best, most amazing shit everybody ever seen, but no. It just got to be yours, and you got to claim it, and you got to put it out there like it's something that you want the world to see. And you got to feel it in your soul.
Yeah.
And like you were saying with sports and everything, same shit, dog. I just play everything. Soccer, football, basketball, swimming, doing archery. It was just...
You did archery?
Yeah, I did archery. That shit fun as fuck. But it's just the fact that we can learn how to use our bodies in so many different ways that really drew me to doing sports a lot. And I still do it today. I work out really good, but I don't know. I don't want to go to the league because them niggas, them niggas just say, I respect all niggas that took it they talents to the league. But even then, I feel like everybody got a little piece of creative in them.
Yeah.
And we need to do better at exploring them.
Yeah. I feel like everyone can be creative. It's just like who gonna focus and go down the path of creativity.
Yeah.
Because like the older you get, it's like when you a kid, right? You like I was saying, you try everything out. And it's like it's no judgment. It's like you do what you want. And it's like the older we get, it's like society pressures get put on you. Your parents' pressures get put on you, like friends, outside peers. But like that, I think that's like when you comfortable with art and like what you created, that's when you find real confidence. It's like whatever art is to you, it's like once you find that shit that you passionate about, nobody else's opinion really matters. It's like you dress the way you dress, you talk the way you talk, you create what you want to create.
And you just be like who you want to be.
Yeah, that's the beauty of life, though. It's like you can't be confined in this box because you just going to be like, you going to be average.
Yeah, you're going to be like everybody else. And one thing that really pissed me off in terms of like just people just talking is when they be like, oh, that was so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'll be like, that's such a strong word to use because it lock you up so crazy. Because when you focused on what everybody else is going to think about what you're doing, you're never going to truly be who you want to be.
True.
That's something I've been taking into account more. Like, I go around campus and stand on a rock and just sit there. Like, I just stare at motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? I'll go interact with people.
Yeah.
I'll put on some shit I feel like putting on. I'll go try something new.
Yeah.
Just to keep myself in the mind space that it's okay to explore. It's okay to do bad. It's okay to be embarrassed.
I feel like everybody got to find their, like, way with that comfortability. So it's like big ups to you for being able to do that. Like I wasn't able to be comfortable with that publicly until I was like, just till I was older. Like once I was like more, like that's what I was saying, music is so important for me because once I was comfortable, like that first time you upload like a SoundCloud link to Snapchat or Instagram and get like people like
actually
perspectives on your stuff, man, it's like, your heart beating, you got like people will slide up and be like, this is cool, but you also got niggas that'll be like, man, this is ass. Like, this shit is garbage. Like in middle school, people used to tease me because I made music. Yeah. And it was like, but that for me was like, it gave me something to hold on to. It was like, if nobody gonna fuck with it, I'll fuck with it. Right. And like, that's like a badge of honor. But like, I didn't really get comfortable with like not being embarrassed by shit till I was older. Like really till I got to high school. Cause I always just been to myself just on some solo shit. But being able to communicate, being able to like voice your opinions freely, like that comfortability you need to get anywhere. Like you got to be able to just stand on 10 toes regardless of what anybody thinks.
And people think it's something that you're born with, but it's really like, it's partly some shit like, you know, everybody got their different personality traits, but it's mostly a learned skill. Like being able to just go out and be yourself is a skill. Like that's something you build up with confidence. You build up confidence. Gaining confidence is a skill. Yeah. A lot of people get too caught up in the fact they're like, oh, I don't have it. Then go get it. You know what I mean? It's not something somebody rewards to you. It's something that you reward to yourself by being able to trust yourself with what you're doing. Yeah. So that's a big thing I got on when I figured out that mind and body, it's like two separate things, but they work in tandem. It's like the gears on the clock. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? One gear don't turn without the other. So if your mind not right, your body not gonna be right. If your body not right, your mind gonna be right, not gonna be right. And you got to be able to trust both of them. So it's as simple as keeping promises to yourself, keeping the smallest promises, saying you're gonna brush your teeth twice a day. Just sticking with that is gonna keep you going, and it's gonna be like, all right, damn.
A lot of them don't do that. They don't brush their teeth twice a day.
I be slacking too. I ain't even gonna act like I'm the Holy Messiah. I ain't even gonna act like kind of shit. I be slacking sometimes. But just being able to you know what I'm saying, trust your body, and it's like you'll be like, damn, all right, cool. I can do this. I can do that. And that's when your intellect start kicking in. That's when your intuition start kicking in. That's when you start getting gut feelings. That's when you start jumping and shit. And you're like, damn, how I know that was gonna happen? It's just it's like a sixth sense. Yeah.
And you touched on like off camera, you was like, I wasn't really doing like the podcast stuff until like I got to USC. Yeah. But once I got into it, it's like I just had a passion to like create. And it's like I feel like a lot of people like get trapped in a sense of what other people want them to do and end up dreading it when they're like older. Yeah. It's like if I could give any advice, it's like find what you love to do. If you think you love to do something, but you wake up and it's like a dreadful feeling or like any moment where it's like, damn, I don't really know if like this is for me. It's like when you know, and I can't stress that enough. Like when you know, it's like when you doing something and you happy. I'm not saying it's always gonna be peaches and cream, but it's like when you doing something in the back of your mind, you like, man, like
this the
you
shit.
can envision a future of you doing it for a lifetime. It's like, bro, when you know,
yeah,
and you just gotta follow that because God gonna put that on your heart when it's time. You just gotta trust it and always be open to like everything around you.
And to everyone around you. Don't
do
your best not to shut people out. I mean, I understand if you got to shut people out if they're not good for your life, but allow people to come in and experience you for who you are. And it's okay to change. Don't be like, oh, I'm never changing. Oh, I got to stay the same. If you stay the same, you fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's this I guess not a parable, but analogy or something. It's like, I don't know if this correlate, but it was like, say you got a ship, right? You take the ship on adventures, and then one day a plank break off. So you replace the plank. Is that the same ship? You replace the plank. So that's a deeper level of thought. And then it goes, all right, you replace one. You may say it's the same ship because you only replace one. Now you keep going on adventures, and each time a plank break off, and each time you replace it. By the time you go on so many adventures, every plank has been replaced. Is it the same ship? Or is it a different ship? Can we take that? We can't take the adventures away from the ship because all it is, the deeper you go, the more your head will spiral. But that's just something I think about. It's like, we're not always going to be the same. But on the outside, it's not going to look like we changed that much. I mean, our age and stuff changed with it, but we go through stuff that build us up on the inside. Stuff that separate us like that, you know what I mean? We was talking about
the analogy.
The boat.
So I was about to say, like, it's also like when you a kid, like, and you don't see a relative for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And you see that relative, like, maybe like some years go by and then like, damn, like, you done got so big, you done really grown up. And it's like, you just living life, you going through different experiences and shit, and you don't realize, like, how much you've grown and how much you've, like, really came into your own. But it's like from the outside looking in, that's like people don't see that's years of like just many shit that you've gone through. And it's like that relative is like, damn, you've gotten so big, like damn, like what's been on, what's new in your life? And
people feel the change of us more than we feel the change of ourselves. I was just thinking about this last night. It was like how was I saying? From the outside looking in, like people looking onto us, they can see our change. So they gonna tell us how proud of us they are because they physically can see it happening. From the inside looking out, we don't feel like we changed much. And it's almost like this another analogy with this. They talk about with this frog. So basically, if you throw a frog into boiling hot water, it's gonna jump out. You know what I'm saying? But if you sit the frog inside the pot and gradually turn the heat up, it'll end up cooking alive. And I'm not saying we cooking alive or meaning it in a negative connotated way, but it's like we are the frog that's put in the pot and the heat is gently turned up. We don't really notice the change all the time. And sometimes by the time we notice the change, it's too late. So we got to be able to introspect, be able to look within and be like, damn, I've come a long way. And we got to give ourselves some leeway. We are our own biggest critics, and that can be a good and a bad thing. When you're too hard on yourself, it should have worked against you. When you just the right amount of hard on yourself and you like, all right, I need to push, now I need a break. Then you could slowly build up. It's almost exponential.
What do you think is like finding the balance between like being too hard on yourself and like showing yourself enough love? Because I feel like a lot of people struggle with that. Just like finding that balance between the two. And it's like, you got to have both though. Like you got to be able to critique yourself. Because if you, like the world is already going to critique you. Like they going to tear you down. They going to beat you
in
up.
Getting judged.
And like you still got to be able to lift yourself up after you break yourself down. So I wonder like what's like people's, how do they balance that? I guess is what I'm getting at.
I guess for me, I know sometimes I really get like super hard on myself. Like I'll be sitting down and I'll be like, damn, I'm not doing enough. So I try to go read some of a book and then I go read some of another book. And I may have got better in the process, but was it because I really wanted to get better? Or was it because I guilt tripped myself into getting better? Is it because I guilt tripped myself into doing this activity so that I really gained anything and was it natural? So I don't know. I'm still figuring out the balance myself, but the more and more I pay attention to it, the easier it is for me to be kinder to myself. And I think journaling is a big part of that.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Writing it down. It don't even got to be structured. You know what I'm saying? Just write down some shit you grateful for. Write down some people you grateful for. Some people you fell out with. Just write about them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Forget them.
It's like living in a spirit of like gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like exuding like gratefulness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big part, bro. Like you'll see that if you like live with a spirit of gratitude and just like being thankful for shit, bro, like more blessings will come into your life than you could even like imagine or think of.
Yeah, and it start to come so natural and start to happen so often. You become suspicious of it. I remember I used to be in this real bad, like this bad habit of thinking if so many good things happen in a row, something bad gotta happen. Wow. That ever happened to you?
No, I never.
Bruh, I will put myself in this infinite feedback loop of, all right, some good shit that happened, and then I'll fuck it up on my own, talking about, oh, damn, that means something bad about to happen. Because there's
mentally
many good
like
things.
psyching yourself out.
Yeah, so this many good things, they never happened to me in a row, so damn, something gotta shake. And I was listening to a podcast years ago, and he was talking about the exact situation that I was going through. And he was like, yeah, a lot of people put themselves under this pressure that something bad gotta happen. And then he asked one question. He was like, who told you that though? Like, where is that proven? Like, is that on paper? Is it a law? Is that something that you can physically prove? Or is it something that you think is happening and you think it so much that it end up happening? Because our brain is put in us to keep us happy. That's, at the end of the day, our brain want to keep us alive and want to keep us happy. And so we become what we think about. We always thinking that after so many good things, something bad gonna happen. Your brain gonna make sure that happens.
Yeah. It's like, it's also like two things. First thing is like mentally, everyone always stresses like you gotta be positive all the time. Like, bro, you're not gonna be positive all the time. Like you're not like, bro, it's gonna be days when you're like, bro, I'm so fucking tired of everyone, everything that's going on. But it's like, that's the beauty of life. It's also like looking at everything as art. I mean, I feel like for me, that's what helps perspective wise. It's like, I know everything is not always gonna be good. Everything's not, I'm not always gonna have the best day. But waking up with a conscious effort of just like approaching everything and using it to my benefit. It's just reframing like how you think, how you live. Everything not gonna be perfect, but that's what makes your journey, your story like unique to yourself. And it's like, if you can hone in on like that glimpse of like switching your perspective and how you talk, I feel like a lot of blessings can rain in on your life, and a lot of benefits can come from that. Yeah,
and then like you were saying, like understanding your thoughts. I know a lot of times when people try something new, even used to be myself, they'll be like, oh, I can't do it because it seems too hard. But saying I can't do it is such a powerful term.
Yeah.
Like I was saying before, your brain gonna make sure that shit happens. So if you say you can't do it, it's already set in stone that you won't be able to do that. So adding one extra word on there, that's why the language words are so powerful. Adding one extra word on that sentence is I can't yet. And that yet, it may seem like a seed of doubt, but it's also a seed of opportunity. And it's just putting that yet on there, it makes your brain go, oh, I can't do it right now, but I eventually will be able to do it. And just shit like that, minor things, you know what I'm saying? I'm so tired. Now you're so tired. Your brain don't know how tired you're going to be, so it's going to keep you tired. If you say, I'm so tired today, you may be, tired for the rest of the day. If you say, I'm so tired right now, your brain understands, oh, we in the current moment, the present moment, so I'm tired right now.
And it's gradual. Like, I believe I started out like that. And then, like, I feel like, bro, you got to be delusional in a sense to, like, really get what you want out of this life. Like, you got to live in a constant state of delusion. Don't, like, go rob a bank.
That shit's insane.
Don't do that. But it's like, when I say live in a state of delusion, it's like, when any form of doubt enters your mind, it's like, I can, I will, I am. It's like, those words are, like, really powerful, bro. It's like, because you got to think, bro, you can't really care about other people's perceptions. Because it's like, everybody not going to like you. You don't even like everybody.
Right. So
you feel me? So everybody not going to like you.
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense.
And you got to really like understand that, like, bro, everybody going to have something to say. It's people online that's going to talk just to talk. They're going to talk because they got a voice.
Yeah, like, everybody.
So you just got to, you got to think about that.
And one thing you was talking about, the doubt. So it's like, I don't know. I don't want to call it a paradox, but to me, I've been noticing it's like, we born to be in a state of comfortability. You know what I mean? We want to be comfortable. And once we start to change, since change is different, it's going to make us uncomfortable. So if we change, we cool, we on a roll, it's going to be a seed of doubt that you always, it's going to always be there. Like, you can't always block it out. It's going to pop up. It's on you if you feed it or not. And I feel like once that seed of doubt pop up, you should be waiting on something good to happen. You know what I mean? That means your body trying to resist
on the
change.
Way.
Yeah,
I can't stress that enough, but that's a fact. Yeah, bro. That's a fact. My mom literally, like, keep going, and my mom literally stresses that.
Yeah, like, it's going to be that piece of resistance. I was reading a book. I forget what it's called, but it was something about resistance. And it was like, once your body start to resist something, you should feed into that resistance even more. Whatever you're doing to make your body resist, keep doing that. So if you feel like, oh, I've been dressing really good, and your brain is like, no, you're not, because they want you to go back to who you were before. You got to keep going and keep going and keep going until it finally break through. And now you on a new level of comfortability. You this new person, you this. Yeah. And then you change again. But look out for that seed of doubt. And once it's there, don't give into it. Just understand that you're doing the right thing. Yeah.
So, separate topic, what is happiness for you?
Happiness?
What does happiness mean? Like, what does the word mean to you? What is Austin's, like, form of happiness? All right, what brings you happiness?
Happiness to me is like, it's in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A lot of people be like, I want to be super happy all the time. I'm like, no, I'm okay with being sad sometimes. I'm okay with being depressed because without the rain, there is no sunshine. Without the rain, there is no rainbows. Yeah. So we need all the levels of emotions. And I feel like happiness is just another emotion. But being happy is one of, like, the greatest things ever. Just seeing shit that make me smile. It don't even got to necessarily be big. It can just be shit that make me joyful. Like seeing a dog lay down when somebody tell it to. Like, that's some of the most impressive shit ever. Seeing babies do shit. Like, just learning how to walk. Seeing kids learn how to walk. Seeing kids handle their issues. Just watching nature be nature. That's what happiness is to me.
Yeah.
My ultimate goal, though, is to live at peace. You know what I'm saying? Be okay with everything going on around me. The good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the shitty. You know what I'm saying?
You think you'll ever reach a place where you're just fully at peace?
Hell yeah. And
you think so?
Yeah, I feel like I'm on the way now, and it's almost like how Kobe was talking about perfection. It was like, we know we never gonna be perfect, but his goal was to close that gap between him and perfect every single day.
Yeah.
And so my goal is, I'm not gonna be the most people. I'm not gonna be a Buddhist, you know what I'm saying? That would be nice, but them niggas go like years and years of just training their mind.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
And yeah, I don't think you want to lead a life of that.
Yeah, nah.
Like you saying, like, you need really hard times. You need, like, sad times.
Disruption.
Like, just for you to grow as a person, grow as a creative, grow in whatever field you're in, like, you need hard times.
Yeah.
But as far as happiness goes, like, I feel like we constantly, like, chase happiness.
Yeah.
I feel like happiness is, like, a fleeting feeling. Like, it goes, it comes, and so you can't get caught up with really, like, being happy at every moment, because you won't be happy at every moment.
Yeah. So what's happiness for you, since you asked me?
Happiness for me, man, is just like, happiness for me is just being the ability to create. Yeah, I'm saying, like, happiness for me, like, happiness for me is like, it go hand in hand with gratefulness is what I was getting at. Like,
yeah.
I'm happy whenever I'm cognizant of, like, what's around me, and, like, when I'm grateful, I'm happy. So I try to live in a state where I'm always grateful. Whether it's some bad shit that go on or some good shit, it's like, I'm grateful because I know what God got in store. And I know, like, the life I'm attempting to lead, and, like, what I'm pursuing. So, like, happiness for me is just every day. Every day I wake up, I'm blessed, I'm happy. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to breathe.
My eyes open, bro. I'm here.
I'm happy to be able to pursue what I love.
Yeah. And ever since the year started, I just feel like this year was just like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I ain't never felt so confident. Yeah, going into the year. And yeah, I doubt myself sometimes because everything I want isn't right in front of me at this moment in time. And I look around, I see everybody doing this and that. And I be like, damn, am I doing something wrong? But then I go into myself and be like, it's gonna happen.
For sure.
Like, it's an intuitive feeling, bro. I just know I can't be you know what I mean? I just know everything gonna work out in the end.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let myself fall to a point below anything of what I expect of myself.
Mm-hmm. And if you are in a mind frame, right, where like, if you can somehow disconnect, like knowing that shit's gonna go bad, you can't plan when it's gonna go bad, but you know some shit's gonna go bad. Mm-hmm. You don't know how bad. You know some shit gonna go good. You don't know how good. It may be minimal. It may be great. Yeah. But if you can disconnect those two and realize like all this shit over here is gonna happen. Yeah. You gotta be right here in the moment, present every day, knowing that you can control what you can control. Yeah. And let God handle the rest. If you're religious or if you're not religious, like just know that let the future handle the rest. I'm religious, so I believe like letting God handle the rest. But yeah. Whoever, whatever you believe in, just know that like be cognizant that like you're right here. Live in the present, live in the moment, acknowledge that every day you wake up, be grateful for that day and try to maximize that day to be the best person. Yeah. And you'll see that as you gradually stack days, you'll be closer and closer and merging that gap from where you are and where you want to be. Yeah. That's all it is.
That's a great way to put it. I couldn't even put it any more different. It's just that's another thing, like living in that state of peace, understanding the good and the bad gonna happen. It was something that I was thinking about. I wrote this down one time. I was in high school. I was like, life isn't about judging what's always good or bad. Mm-hmm. You got the plus and you got the minus. So say the plus is good, the minus is the negative or the bad. Mm-hmm. Right there in between is neutral. Yeah. It's almost like when magnets, like, you know how you got magnets? Mm-hmm. It's going to create this small force field, and that's flow. That's how you get through life. Understanding the good is over here, but not taking advantage of it, and understanding that the bad is over here, and not letting it control you. And once you can find that sweet middle spot, you're gonna push off to the left, you're going to push off to the right, but you always going to correct back to the course. As soon as you can find that sweet little middle spot, you're going to be smooth for life. Yeah. And you're going to be straight knowing that if something bad gonna happen, I'm gonna bounce back. If something good happen, I still gotta bounce back from that because you don't want to get complacent. Mm-hmm. That's how, it's almost like thinking of sports. You think like teams, usually they'll go an undefeated season. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then when they get to the championship, people be like, oh, why did they lose? It's not more so the fact that they were so good, but they knew they were so good that they probably under-planned for what was going on. You know what I'm saying? It was like, ain't no way we can
lose. It just wasn't like in the cards for them to win.
Yeah, they couldn't have shit like that. Yeah, but it's like, if we can think back to it, it'd be like a couple losses in the season, maybe we wouldn't have heard it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because the record's still going to be positive regardless. Yeah. But it's like, maybe if we would have lost, we would have saw where we was going wrong. So it's going to take some of them losses for you to, you know, understand your mistakes and where you're going wrong. But just like you were saying, there's gonna be some times, nigga, you just lose.
You just
not gonna understand.
You just lose, and it's like, it's important. Like, I'm not saying that like when that shit happens to just chunk it up and be like, all right, it is what it is. But it's also like, you gotta have a glimmer of that at least, just to be like, bro, like, if you can confidently say like, I gave this shit my all. Yeah. And it wasn't in the cards that day, and you wake up the exact next day and you do the same process. That's all it is, bro. It's being consistent.
And just remembering you human.
It's like, bro, like musically, it's like you make a song, right? You spend time, you make a song, you break it down, you're like, damn, this shit hard. Like, it's gonna be hard. You post it on TikTok, you run like a whole like marketing campaign for whatever. And it shit just don't blow like you thought it was gonna blow. All right, cool. It ain't nothing different. Like, that's the beauty of that. Like, I wake up the next day, record.
Yeah, maybe that just ain't the song. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe that's not it.
You think that's your best song, but shit, you ain't recorded your next song.
You ain't recorded, so you don't know. Song?
That's like the same. This is my hold on, let me check this shit. This is my fourth time trying to like record this podcast where the camera just completely shut off and I don't know it's
But
off.
you love it.
But I love it enough to be like,
and you gotta find
to be upset at it, but I'm so eager to get back to it to figure it out. Now I got a whole system going on. I got the motherfucking timer recorded to make sure I get up and reset the thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's more stuff I gotta learn. And yeah, sometimes it's just not gonna work. But I gotta be able to go through and be like, all right, let me connect all my boxes. At first, I thought it was because I ain't have enough people in the room, you know what I'm saying? Watching all the cameras. Yeah, that worked, but I'm not going to always have a crew. So I was like, damn, maybe I need to learn something else. And I finally figured out what the problem was. It's like, in the type of camera that I got going right now, it's just, I guess it's built inside the software that after 4 gigabytes of the SD card is used, it stops like recording. And I wonder if it's recording right now. I just want to like make sure. It's going. So we straight. So all right, we understand what's going on. But yeah, just being able to take them losses that seem so big. I could have been like an asshole to everybody because
you think you ever went through a period of like social anxiety or like depression? You ever felt that before?
Hell yeah.
Do you believe like depression is a real thing you can fall in? Because I got mixed emotions about it. I feel like I'm not a dick in the sense that I acknowledge that people can go through depressive spouts.
I'm hearing this.
But I feel as though like I'm trying to see how to word it. I feel as though like I can speak for social anxiety because myself I've gone through it.
Yeah.
But as far as like depression, when it comes to being depressed for a long time, bro, it's like a mental state.
Yeah,
it's like a mental state of just like.
And I know exactly what you're talking about because I had a small little episode on it where I talked about it. It was like right before we left for break.
Yeah.
And I was like, you aren't depressed. Like, you aren't depression. You aren't depression. Like, depression is an emotion. You feel depressed. You know what I'm saying? And
feelings are fleeting.
Yeah, and they pass through. Yeah. And I think a lot of people trick themselves into thinking they so mentally ill. Sometimes it's really brain shit going on, but like, that can't be everybody.
And then you said analogies before about the comfortability scale.
Yeah.
It's like once you get in a routine of being comfortable doing a habit, good or bad, it's hard to break it.
Yeah.
So if you mentally in a perspective of like, I'm depressed right now, we just talked about everything. It's the word of affirmations, it's mentally being in a spot of like all these go hand in hand and you don't even realize like every day you waking up, all right, bro, it is what it is. Another day, like, and you constantly in a mental space where you're going to be depressed if you allowing yourself to be like that. Like, you can get out of depression. Like, I don't believe depression should last for a long period of time.
It's not something that's permanent.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, it becomes self-inflicted. I forgot what the menace was or, like, the exact quote, but it said, after something happen, you feel it, and then after a certain point in time, everything else becomes self-inflicted. So, it's just learning how to not self-inflict that pain. And I'm not saying you gotta be stoic and be the hardest nigga alive, but you gotta understand, like, okay, I gotta move on to the next thing, no matter how hard some shit is. And understand your situation for what it is. It may be harder than others, but just understand that somebody always got it harder. And I'm not saying always take that and compare it and shut yourself down whenever you feel a certain emotion, but just use that as groundwork to come back to yourself. Because everybody got to move on and everything got to keep moving. The sun gonna rise and the moon gonna come up. And it's been like that for, from the beginning of time, bro. Seasons are gonna be seasons. Spring gonna be spring, fall gonna be fall, winter gonna be winter, and summer gonna be summer.
And you also got to come to the realization is whether you're going to do this shit or not.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be pampered your whole life.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you either going to stand on all 10 and be like, I'm going to stand for, like, this is what I want to do. And I'm going to make sure this shit happen. I'm going to make sure I'm successful. Like, it's no plan B. Like, this is the shit I'm going to achieve.
Yeah.
Or you going along the way when them bumps in the road hit and when people throw their opinions out there, you going to fall by the wayside if you mentally weak and it's just like you really care about what everybody else say. You really can't stand on your own feet. You know what I mean?
And stand on your word and say some shit and then mean it. You know, like,
stop pump faking.
Don't.
Hashtag stop pump faking.
Yeah, don't be fucking pump faking. That might be the...
Get a bucket.
Get a bucket. Get a fucking bucket. Nigga, like, this bitch only gonna work for so long.
Yeah, niggas like, it's a point. Niggas gonna stop jumping.
Yeah.
You feel me? They only gonna jump so much.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
At a point, you gotta shoot that bitch. You gotta get a bucket.
And let it go, bro. Like, that's another thing. Even hooping is like it's a great thing because, I don't know, out of all the sports, hooping may be like the closest thing to like real life. Yeah. Because you're going to have your good games, you're going to have your bad games, no matter how good or bad you are. But being able to bounce back is indicative of who you are. Like, I'm going to come in and I'm going to shoot. And if my shot not hitting, okay, I'm not going to stop shooting because I feel like I can't hit shit. But I got other niggas on my team that can shoot. So why not utilize everybody else around me? And once their confidence is built up, they're going to pass it back to me.
But also realizing, like, if you put forth the work, even like being as a hooper, if you put forth the work and you have a game where you don't hit shit,
it's okay.
You realize that, like, bro, I put in enough work. That's what I was talking about earlier. It's like you realize you put in enough work. Mm-hmm. If that day come, because every dog gonna have his day, or multiple days, and that day come where like you not hitting shit, okay, you wake up the next morning
and try that shit again
for the same workout, the same routine, because it's proven that like you put forth the work, you can't not succeed. Like you can't consistently be putting a conscious effort towards a goal and not succeed.
Yeah,
you gotta have some form of success, bro.
Yeah, what's done in the dark will come to the light.
Will always come to the light.
It's a hunt. Like that's one thing I can guarantee you. Even if you're doing some shit for years and it don't happen today, tomorrow, it's most certainly gonna happen one day.
Yeah.
One thing I always think about. You ever seen the picture with the two niggas that's mining and one nigga going at it and then the other nigga walking away, but he like right there. Yeah, but the nigga he be like. Yeah, he stopped mining right before he got to the thing. Like, just don't stop, stay consistent. Yeah. And if in your brain you like, I know this shit gonna work, it gotta work, then keep going at that. Like that delusion. If
that's your passion, like you gotta live in it. You gotta trust it.
That's your like, shit. You the shit. You gotta hold on to it. Being able to stay true to yourself. And
I gotta ask, what's like, we touched on it off camera, but long term, like
long term.
What's your long term vision if you could do anything?
If I can do anything, it would be to
what Ye say. How much the world costs?
Yeah, I want the fucking world, dude.
I want to buy the world. But like, if you could do anything, like no limits, what's that look like?
I would help anybody and everybody that I know want to do something with their life. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be going out giving niggas shit just to give niggas shit. But if I see the smallest seed of potential in somebody, I want to help them get to wherever they got to go as efficiently as possible. I can get them there as quick as possible, but it's giving that nigga all the keys right now, the most efficient thing possible. So I want to be the person that's like, somebody call because they know he got to connect. Yeah. Niggas call me because they know I know somebody in this field and I can get them that opportunity, but it's up to them to seize that entire opportunity on their own. Yeah. After I put you on, bro, that's all you. That's your connect now. I want to see you work with it, and I want to see what you can do with it. I want my recommendations to be so fucking absurd that niggas be like, oh, if Austin recommended it, yeah, that nigga shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be in a position where my judgment is trusted. Mm-hmm. And I want to be able to trust my own judgment and stuff. And becoming that person is just being able to interact with a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds. And I think that's one thing this podcast really been helping me do. Mm-hmm. I done had white people on here, black people, mixed people, boys, girls, old, young. I had my professor, he 80.
He was on here?
Yeah, he was on here. And he gonna get back on this motherfucker. We got an episode. Don't want to tease it. Should I tease it?
You can give him a little glimpse.
Look, the episode title gonna be 18 versus 80. Or like 18 and 80 or some shit like that. Yeah. And this is gonna be
the perspective, that's hard. That's
hard. And it's a 62-year difference. Like, that's a lot of fucking time. So that's just something me and him gonna talk about. Yeah. But just being able to, I don't know, be that guy and be comfortable with what I got and be peaceful in my heart and be able to go anywhere, wherever I want at any time I want to go. Yeah. What about you? What's your long term thing?
Let me sit back down.
Shit about to get deep.
My long term, man. My long term. Selfishly, like, my personal goal, like what I'm gonna achieve is like, I want to be the biggest artist in the world. But like, not just musically though. Like, I want my shit to live on from like a perspective of like, musically, people love my music, but they love me for who I am and like what I inspire, what I stand for. Yeah. Like, me and like a couple of my friends, we got this collective called Grimy Youth. And like the meaning behind it is be you, for you, and fuck whoever against you.
That's tough.
And it's like, it's tatted on me, bro. It's like, that's just the legacy I want to leave behind though. Like, when I'm long gone, bro, like I want motherfuckers to be like, look up my name and like look at interviews and shit and be like, damn, he did it. Like, I know I can do it.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, somebody I could look up to. Somebody I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here, bro. Just letting niggas know like they got an opportunity to do what I did. Bro, I ain't come from
like, it's not impossible. Yeah. Bro. Like, that's all it is. I just want to inspire people. Yeah. While being in the field of what I love to do. Basically.
Hell yeah.
Like, I want people to know that like what society the plan they got planned out for you, bro, you can break that mold.
Yeah.
Like, you can do what you want to do. Like,
and you don't gotta come from money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
I didn't come from money, and I don't say that to be all like, oh, I done got it out the mud. Oh, you should feel bad for me, or you should feel extra, surprised because I got where I am. Mm-hmm. I don't even tell motherfuckers like shit like that, bro. I keep that so under wraps that you got, not even in like an insecure way, but I don't let it define me. Mm-hmm. So to figure out how I grew up, you either gotta ask me or you gotta do your own research, bro. But like, I'm not wearing that on my chest in display, like, oh, look at me, I done came from this, I done seen this, I done seen that, bro. I'm like, I'm constantly moving. Like, I want you to look at me and question how the fuck I got to the position that I'm in. Like, how did he get through it? Mm-hmm. I need a damn documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you prevail?
Yeah, dog.
I got that same perspective. Mm-hmm. That's fire.
How you do that? But anything else you want to touch on, man? Let me think. We can always do a part 2 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
always do a part
2.
I'm trying to see like on some closing shit. Like,
yeah.
What else could we talk about? How's the semester been for you?
It's been like smooth as
like
shit.
How's the transition from high school to college been?
Yeah, I love talking about this.
Because there's a lot of freshmen and like, man, even me for myself, like I was telling you off camera, like this semester been way better for me. Like first semester, bro, like I knew people and people knew me, but like there was like an awkward gap where like I just didn't talk to a lot of people. I was like, I wasn't on campus a lot. I was working a lot. Like I was flying out of state a lot. Like I just had a lot of shit going on for like my goals and what I'm trying to achieve. But like, it's crazy coming out of high school, bro. Like the adjustment from high school to college has been like drastic.
Yeah.
I feel like it has been like, cause in high school, like the high school I went to, I knew like it was 8th grade through senior year. Yeah. So I knew all my friends. Like I had my friends already. I had my like mid group of people. Yeah. And then coming to college, it's like, bro, it's so many people.
It's so many.
It's big as fuck.
So many new motherfuckers.
Campus, like, and I pride myself on like not being nervous and shit. But shit, I can't lie. I was like, damn, this shit OD. Like,
you be like, oh. Because it's so many new opportunities.
New opportunities. Like new opportunities, new people. It's like it took me a semester to really get acclimated. Yeah. Like I'm just like now like open to like talking to people and meeting hella people and stuff like that. But like, what you think, like how has that transition been for you? Like I know for everybody it's different. Like for me it was pretty drastic.
I get that. I think I was super fortunate in terms of experience. And I feel like I experienced a lot of things at certain times, and it prepared me for shit in the future. So like from 8th grade, I could have went to public school, but as I be telling people, I ended up going to an all-boy private Catholic school. Like on some shit I would have grown up, I would have never knew what the fuck that shit was. Yeah. I probably would have said no. Like if I was a kid and you told me where I went to high school, I probably know the fuck I did it. But that putting myself in that environment where it's smaller and is more diverse in my terms. It was a lot of white people. And that's cool. I wasn't like, oh, pro-black and shit. Like, I fuck with everybody. So going into there, that's where I got like my lick in the mouth. It was like hard to adjust and shit like that. But I was able to like meet new people, talk to people, interact with people. And that same thing hit me when I came to college. The biggest transition for me probably would have been the distance from home. Yeah. But I was so used to being out in high school, not even like partying and stuff, but just being busy, that being away from home wasn't irregular. So it was, when I came in, it was like, damn, who am I going to be? That was a big part. It was like,
finding yourself?
What do I want to do? Like, I got a good perspective on who I am, and I understand, even if I didn't have a podcast, I'd probably end up being successful, but I wouldn't know how. It'd be more blurry. Having that podcast with me when I stepped in, it was like, all right, now I got a sword. Nah, nigga. Yeah. I got a sword. I can just whip it out on niggas. Yeah. So now I got something to offer to the table. And then anytime I walk into a room, dog, even if I don't come in the loudest, most preposterous motherfucker or whatever, I don't got to be the loudest. But I'm coming in swinging, even if niggas ain't seeing it, bro.
Making sure your presence felt.
Yeah, niggas got it. I want niggas to know I'm in the room. You know what I'm saying? I got to make this campus mine in my own way and know my own set of people. But I just, like I was saying with the connections and stuff, I got to make it mine. So when I step in, this shit mine's, dog.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that perspective is interesting too, because like coming in, I knew who I was. I knew like what I wanted to do. I knew like I came in like, bro, like I'm finna just be on my own shit, because I've been like that my whole life, like since I like early on, like I said. But when you get to college, you realize like, at least for me, like you realize that like, I don't even know, bro. It's just like, I was just more open to like talking to people. I had to find that like being able to communicate better. Because a lot of the times I just stay to myself, like be in my own world. It's just like living in that state of delusion, just doing like what the fuck I want to do and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's
shit
like,
was just working out.
Yeah, and it's like now, even like second semester, I feel like I just opened up more. Like I'm just more free. With like speaking to people
it's
and
a
just
breath
like
of fresh air, bro. It's like,
and shit.
yeah, I'm okay with walking up and introducing myself to people.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Boy, I was nervous as shit.
Oh God.
I don't care what nobody say. Like I don't care how fly you get, how much money you got. Like
just,
for me, bro, I used to like college. I'm not gonna lie, college is like when I realized like I low key had social anxiety. Like low key.
Yeah.
Like when it came to
that shit still recording. You can keep talking. Go ahead. I don't gotta be
when it came to like going up to people and like introduce when it came to like going up to people and like talking and shit, bro, I ain't gonna front like I had that in my bag. Like I did not have that in my bag. Like I was always good at like when a conversation was started, like holding the conversation and keeping it, and like on an intellectual level and shit.
Initiating
it being a nigga mind, bro. Like I can't hold you. Like this a good segue, bro. Like
oh my God, bro.
It could, and it don't even just like pertain to like girls, just anybody, just universally, bro. Like you see somebody, like damn. It's like when you got that awkward moment when you walk by somebody and like, it's like that nigga flying, you flying, y'all don't say nothing, but y'all just look at each other on some shit. And it's like y'all have like just like a look off, and y'all just keep walking when it's like you could easily have just been, hey, them hard, dog. He could have said some shit too, but y'all both in y'all mind like, I ain't finna say
it. Was combat.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh my God. And I had like a perfect, like something perfect to go along with that. It was like, what was it? Like it was oh my God. It's like on the tip of my tongue. Certain interactions begin. It was when people talk about like getting to the party late.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, people be like, oh, if I get there early, nobody gonna be there. But if everybody thinking that, nobody's gonna be there early.
That's a fact, and so that's why y'all gotta talk about time management too.
Oh, dude,
my shit.
I ain't gonna lie, your shit is insane. I don't know how the fuck you do it. Dog, I'll be looking at this nigga's story, bro. I'll be like, who is this nigga? How's he doing any type of work? This nigga, not condone. What is it? I give my condolences. This motherfucker. I don't even think y'all know yet. Yeah.
That's like when somebody dies.
Oh shit.
It's like my kudos.
My kudos. That's my bad.
Yeah, now you good.
But no, dog. Y'all don't know yet. But I can't wait, cause niggas, this gonna just you. I can't wait till you go up. This gonna be so sweet, and this gonna be like the interview, like niggas look up to go look at.
They like, damn, he been on that shit.
They gonna be like, bro, they both knew each other. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, that's one of them things. But
my time management sucks. But it's not like my friends always be on me about it, because I've been this way since high school, bro.
Yeah,
like
just doing shit.
I just always been busy, bro. Like, and it just be like, it's like that state of delusion. Like it is like a balance between like I actually have shit to do, like if I'm filming some shit, or if I got like a studio session. But also sometimes it just be like, it be picking like, I don't know, bro. It'd be like if something started a particular time, bro, I'd like mentally I'd be like, bet, like I'm gonna try to get there early, and I'll end up doing some shit, and I won't get there till like 15 minutes late. Like it just naturally happened.
No,
like that.
Bro,
it's like a habit.
I be right now. I feel like I'm talking to myself, like just in terms of like I don't know how to explain to people. Like I don't really be doing shit, but I'm always doing. But
I'm always doing, and I be trying my hardest. I be like, bro, I try my hardest to be there on time. Like I'm trying to be there on time.
Niggas be like,
and you'll show up late, bro.
Yeah.
And be like, at least for me, bro, I'll show up late and shit, like it'll really just be started.
Yeah.
Like it always work out that way if you want some weird shit.
Always on God's timing, bro.
Always on God's timing.
I think that's what I went on this thing in high school called Kairos. And it was like this retreat. And you don't even gotta be like super religious to go on it. You don't even gotta be Catholic. But it's like what they do on a retreat, I don't want to spoil it for people who still ain't been on it. But it's called Kairos because it's called Kairos translated is God's timing. And what they do is they take away all technology, all sorts of technology, bro. I don't even remember having
my retreat was like
radio
that.
and shit, bro. But like
This
no
was,
phone.
This was senior year?
Yeah, this is my senior year of high school, bro. No phone, no nothing. And they took away all the clocks. Nigga, I ain't know what time it was for like 5 days.
Damn.
I ain't know what the fuck time it was for like 5 days. And you would think you would go crazy with that, but you get used to it. And then you start to trust that, all right, this is not up to me. I'm in this, and I'm just going to go along with it, and I'm going to give it all I got.
This was like your senior year, because you went to a Catholic school your senior year.
Mm-hmm.
My school was like that, too. I went to a Christian school, but it was boys and girls. Mm-hmm. And we went on a retreat my senior year, like into the mountains, whatever.
Oh,
They said
they took us to the mountains.
They basically, like, people snuck their phones and shit, but you was supposed to, like, not have your phone, whatever.
Same.
And it's no connection, like, so really it ain't no point in having a phone. Mm-hmm. And I remember at that time I was just going through a breakup, like, with my, like, I've only had one girlfriend. It's like when you had that first love, bruh, it's like,
I get what you mean.
No,
I get what you mean, dude.
Whatever I had just gone through like a breakup, and it was also at the time when I wanted to go to NYU for college. I didn't want to go to USC, but I had applied to both of them as my two top choices. Mm-hmm. And I was out there, and like we had guidance counselors and shit out there. And I remember like there was a night we was in like the chapel we had, because we used to sing in chapel and like pray and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember I was in chapel one night, and we did this thing where like we wrote like our problems, or maybe like whatever was on our mind, on our hearts at that time that we was like stressing about. We wrote it and like threw it in a fire and like let it burn. And I remember like in that moment and like in the chapel ceremony before that, bro, I was crying, bro, just breaking down. Like I hadn't cried that much since like maybe when my grandma passed. Like I was really crying, bro.
Bro, this nigga just like me. Bro.
Yeah, I was really breaking down.
I was like the exact same situation.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was really crying and shit, and I was like, fuck, what was my trend? I was really crying, whatever. Mm-hmm.
They was throwing it into the fire.
I like threw the shit in the fire, and like it was like a glimpse of relief.
Everything just
like,
went away.
Everything went away. It's like when you go on some shit like that, it's like I kind of I like lost myself and found myself. It was like we talked about it earlier. It's like when shit go bad, it's like you don't know how bad it gets.
Yeah.
And I felt like at that moment everything was stacked. I just lost my girlfriend, who I like thought we was gonna get married, like we was gonna go long distance. I'm like, it's up, we good,
shit, we up.
And like shit happened, we broke up, boom, I'm here. Like everything just stacked on top of each other. Mm-hmm.
It's just like pent up, just
Mm-hmm. And I didn't have no service, so I couldn't even like. We was in the middle of the breakup. Like I'm still trying to get her back. I can't text. Like I'm making TikToks. Like I'm really going through it tight, for sure. So but like in that moment, it's like when I learned to like just let shit. Like to really let shit go. Like I like broke down and like lost myself, but found myself at the same time and like came out on some like, okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna be straight. Like no matter how hard shit get, I'm gonna be good.
Bro, yes.
I'm gonna be good. Like God got me. Like I just felt a sense of like comfort and like warmth. Like it's good, bro. You're fine. Like you're never alone. Bro. It's like OD, bro. It's crazy.
I know it. I know the exact shit you talking about, bro. Like, wait, when did your grandma die? Not to get like super.
You good. My grandma died when I was young, so maybe
okay.
I was what grade was I in? I want to say I was in like 7th grade when my grandma passed.
Bro, I was in 8th grade, nigga.
I was in
2018.
Yep.
Oh my God, that was like the worst shit ever. But
and she was like, I low key feel like she'd be living through me because my grandma was the type. So my grandma was like black, like she was like your skin color with blue eyes though.
Nigga,
crazy.
She sound beautiful.
She was like your skin color with blue eyes, and my grandma like we would fly because she's from Louisiana. And
that makes sense, bro.
My mom from Louisiana.
What
and
they call that? What's down there? Yeah.
Or like what you thinking of?
Haitian Creole type shit.
Exactly, exactly. That's like I'm Italian, black, and then like Haitian Creole in there too. Like
hard.
Exactly. But my grandma like basically. So my mom has
making sure this shit recorded. Yeah. Keep talking. Go ahead.
My mom has like I think 6 siblings.
Oh, the battery about to go out.
Oh, how much battery got left?
It's like it's blinking.
Damn.
All right. I'm sorry to leave y'all on this cliffhanger. We're gonna have to do part 2.
Y'all out. We got part 2.
It was nice fucking part 2. Y'all on the edge now. Sorry to leave y'all on that crazy ass cliffhanger, but I gotta go because the camera about to die. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in, and he got his closing remarks, though.